And we're back. Welcome back to Failure Analysis, Episode 2 of our new player experience in Alpha. We'll try to keep these videos in the digestible form. An hour's pushing it, but we'll see. It's possible that they, as a company, just aren't able to make an MMO anymore. I worry most about a game design. Again, and it's not even the individual game designers on the team. It's more the leadership, the philosophy, that top-down sort of direction. What are they trying to make here? Are they trying to make, a money-making, microtransaction-filled loot shooter, or action RPG of some kind, or are they trying to make an MMO? Because MMOs are very unique and very special as a genre to the rest of the genres out there. But to celebrate that uniqueness and difference, they have to start going in a different direction, because this direction leads to a potentially profitable loot shooter with microtransactions. Like a lot of this, Giggity, something important, 69 yards out. Nailed it. But yeah, so it's I worry more about the philosophy, the big picture, right? A big chunk of the industry doesn't seem to actually think game design is a thing. That's very true. Very true, Specu. And that's very disheartening. Yeah. Or they think game design is a known quantity, right? Just make it like the other guys, right? Like, that's not actually how it works. How would you categorize Monster Hunter now that you had a taste? I'm still in the honeymoon period. I'm enjoying it for sure.
Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed, Tanner Left. Thank you very much for the 10 months at Tier 2. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we're doing this playthrough, the new player experience. Treating me like a noob. Yeah, game design should not be replaced with analytics. It takes a game designer to read analytics, and most of the analytics are, I don't want to say impossible to read, but nonsense to read. I don't know, there's just so many variables in a lot of the analytics that you can't really draw decent conclusions. Most of the time you can just confirm your bias, right, with numbers. So that's what I think it's being used for mostly. Yeah, game design is a thing. It's a complicated thing. And it's also a varied thing. There's a lot of different elements to it. You need a lot of different types of brains on game design. I don't have them all, certainly, because there's technical design, there's mechanical design, there's aesthetic design, there's play experience, there's just so much to it. Sociological, psychological, you could argue physiological. You run out of rest XP, go take a break. Go hydrate yourself. But yeah, it's there's a lot to it. I haven't watched the Ian interview yet, no. Do I know who came up with the original silly jokes? I don't. Yeah. It's good. I recommend it. All right. Yeah, I'll watch it at some point. Just got over from BFE, Iowa, and got my Korean ramen and sushi. Whoa, that sounds amazing. Will you stream your reaction? Yeah, I'll probably stream it and you put it up on YouTube as well, MF Pippin. Got invited to Alpha and I'm actually concerned about the classes. I wasn't impressed by the unpruning I'm seeing. I give a ton of feedback. The reports and forums are likely to be seen. It's obviously much more likely to be seen if your views are shared by a bunch of other people. But yeah, so I don't know how specific you're getting or how different you feel than a lot of other people. But yeah, each individual I think is, if a million people responded and they each had a million different views of what they wanted, that's an unmanageable, so hungry amount of feedback. Hey baby. Alaria. Get me food. Alright, let's see. Oh, she just cooked up her last food here. Let's see how close food actually is. Let's see.
Good health, long life.
Oh, coastal goat is right there, girl.
Greetings, friend.
Maybe she's injured.
Blessings upon your family.
Blessings upon your family. A shaman who was part of the first expedition. We have shaman now? In the Alliance? Wow! Cap. Poor Draenei's on death's door. She needs something to eat. Slay some wildlife. Can I bring her back Murlocs? I'll receive tough jerky. Henry
Of course I did. He's my son. But more than that, he's a soldier of the Alliance.
Oh.
We leave no one behind.
It's her son that's at. Whoa! You're exploring in your nakedness? Jeez. Give that a whistle. Nice thong. When did we go to thongs? I remember that we were slightly conservative back in the day. Now we're all lions prided out. I don't like this. I don't like this message. Loot corpse watchers suppress children. Why are we doing that? Oh, am I still alive? But I looked weird. Why did I look so weird? What is T? Chat channels. I better heal. Close one. Getting my staff skill. Unsuppressed children. Okay, good. That's good. Raw meat. Fresh meat. I can see the debug scripts. Yeah. Birth control. Oh, hi. How you doing? Yeah, that's weird. The oration. Anime. It's a work in progress. 16 years of progress. Smite thee. Level 4. Ooh, powered shield. Alright, so we got one more holy damage. Pain hasn't changed. 35 heal from 32. Oh, it went up a mana though. Look out. Oh, I got 20 more mana though. Phew. Shields an ally for 15 seconds, absorbing 52 damage. You cannot shield the target again for 7.5 seconds. The ultimate cooldown number. See, go does drop meat, yeah. Yeah, it's giving me a lot of info. That'd be a cool skill, wouldn't it? To develop in this RPG. Oh, that coastal goat doing the jumping, that's pretty sweet. I like that a lot. Quick, shield myself. How long's my global? Is it still 1.5 seconds? I wonder if Shadowward spamming is just the way to go. Didn't cost me anything. Take that. Did I break the game? My skill and staff's increased to 18. Yeah. Someone spent 3 hours perfecting that pathing script? Probably, yeah. I think if they had an average of 3 mob kills for mana depletion, yeah. Yeah, but then they'd have to bring back food and water, you know, like... Yeah, these offensive spells don't actually cost anything. They're free. I don't know if that changes at any point, but... Yeah, my bar is not relevant. They give you a power word shield when you don't even realistically need your flash heal. Cook it up. Don't put your hand in the fire. What are you, some kind of hardcore mercenary?
Eat first, Ilaria. You need your strength.
I'm hungry. You guys don't understand survival, do you? You always feed your capable hunters first. Not the weak and infirm. Come on.
Arcanon Poros.
Let's let you say I need some food. Quickly eats the meat that you cook. By the light, I feel so much better. You need to keep moving. Quillbore have kidnapped the expedition, including Captain Garrick's son. Not Quillbore.
Seek the path of the light.
My God. Her son's the new Mancrick's wife. Ilaria mentioned the Quillbore have taken the missing expedition, which includes my son. Quillbore are aggressive and smart. They'll kill you if you're not prepared. I need to make sure I'm not sending you to your death. I'm going to have one last sparring session. The Quillbore will be your strongest opponents yet. I'm gonna kite her.
Recruit. Quillbore are far deadlier than Murlocs. You need to be ready for the dangers ahead.
She's already running? Ability's proven. Whoa! You Shadowboard Pain too soon. Don't tell me how to kill you. Oh, she potted. Good. Ability's proven. Teaching about dot up time. Yeah. Why did we run over here to do this? I was happy just kiting her with my no cost 4 damage burst. Let's talk to Ilaria. Is a warrior teaching priest how to use spells? Yep. Good Shadow Word space spam soldier. Are you supposed to take damage or use mana? No. Don't be ridiculous. What did they decide about the level squish? It's squished. Yeah. 120's become level 50. Hey you guys, bring the player, not the class, okay? Anyone can teach anyone how to play these character classes. Stunty, what up? Nice heirlooms. Is that what those are? Dude brought his 6 shoulders.
Each day is a blessing.
He's busy. I don't know why we're here. The human heads on the uniframes, yeah, quite squished. Like, whoa. It's looking a little Beetlejuice over here. Social pressure will make it otherwise, yeah, for sure, Zuzu. Yeah, I can't stand that philosophy. I didn't understand it for the longest time. What was the other one I didn't understand? Everyone complaining. I feel like I'm playing a spec, not a class. I didn't understand that complaint at all. Like, you should feel like the specs have identity and you're playing a specific spec. That's a good thing. Then I realized they were complaining about pruning, and I was like, what? What happened? Oh, they zoomed ahead so you can see the future shoulder pads that are ginormous. Yeah, we're in the 1 to 10 starting area. The Quillbor kidnapped the rest of the... Okay, so yeah, mechanically they taught me how to do some things, and it's important. It's good. It would be a lot better if it were within the context of, you know, things cost, right? The world is dangerous. You can die. You know, things like that. You have to manage your resources, but obviously the game has changed quite a bit away from that model, so. Because, yeah, like, why do I care what she's teaching me if it's not going to improve me? Like, I ran around Shadow Word Pain spamming that goat, right? And it's like not efficient, but the cost to me was negligible from being inefficient to between inefficient and efficient. So her teaching me how to be efficient feels kind of unnecessary. This would be the kind of information I'm like, oh wow, that's amazing. That actually helps me a lot, right? Because I was struggling. So I'm curious, you know, like, and you can say, well, they haven't tuned it yet, but I don't feel like they're going to tune it beyond the point where, or to the point where it's dangerous. I really don't. Maybe they plan to, but I'm doubtful. Yeah, I doubt it very much. He swore his mother would come save us. God, this Captain Garrick's son sounds like a real whiner. Don't worry, everyone, my mom's coming.
better not lose it.
We'll head north and rendezvous with the others. Ilaria, recover your stamina before pushing forward.
Or just disappear. Oh, I'm leading? Okay.
I've never given up on any member
Am I
of the
following you, or are you
Alliance.
following me?
I'm not about to start by failing my son.
I really... I'm so confused. It's that memento moment. Am I chasing you, or are you chasing me? Vanilla Corpse Run's a good incentive to learn, yeah. There is value in danger. Oh, I screwed up. Here. There we go. 69 yards. I like to pause and talk. 69 yards for my objective. She's following you ahead of you. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. New better way of pet following you. Yeah, it's interesting because back in the day it wasn't responsive, so we always put the pet. We always had the pet try to be in a position ahead of you, so that it could effectively follow you because we had response issues. Now the response is so crisp that it looks goofy that your pet is in front of you. So needs some tweaking for, modern improvements. Because like previously in games like EverQuest and Dark Age Camelot, your pets were always like a mile behind you because they were pathing, and so they were losing ground a little bit every step you took, right? And eventually, because they were as fast as you, they would fall way behind you. And so we gave the pets a little bit of extra speed, and we had them target a place in front of you, so that when they were applying that enhanced speed, they still only managed to be behind you most of the time. But yeah, pretty interesting. Some of that is still in there, but they're a lot more responsive, so. All right, good night, Steeg. Steeg. Is there anyone on the team these days aware of that game design lore? Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure. There's a lot of stuff we didn't write down. Other parts of BFA were the problem, not the leveling experience. Oh, I disagree, Eldorana. I think the BFA leveling experience is really, really bad. Yeah, and I think all the ways they try to speed you through it, from boosts all the way just down to rate and all the other potions you can drink and refer a friend programs and all that stuff, is just their way of covering up how awful it feels. It's not designed for people playing the game for the experience. It's designed for people rolling their 5th alt, so they have access to a giant stable and rating of different character classes. Oh, okay, the BFA specific zones, yeah. There are little things about the questing formula, but I agree the zones look really nice. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the BFA zones that is amazing. How come druids in vanilla can't use pole arms? That's an interesting question. Probably just too fancy. Like, they're not a weapon class, they're a shapeshift into other class or other things and do damage that way. Do all the things they need to do that way. So simple weapons seem thematic. Like pole arms get crazy and technical and seem more like the venue of warriors and things like that. We also wanted to make pole arms be kind of special. They were rare, really rare in Classic. There weren't a lot of pole arms. And so we wanted them to feel really kind of unique and special. And part of that is not allowing a lot of classes to use them. It seemed thematic without druids and D&D couldn't use metal weapons, but that's broken by them being able to use daggers, right? Yeah, they weren't traditional D&D druids. But yeah, druids and metal. If you take the sort of the Celtic druid model, which I think the D&D one is based on, but that's a very different type of thing than the Warcraft druid, which is a shapeshifter. But yeah, it's interesting. D&D druids can use scimitars. Yeah, I used to play one. I think his name was Holyoke. I used a Kopesh of all things. It's pretty funny. Wow, druids can't use weapons that don't also have a tool function. That's interesting. Yeah, staff is pretty common because it's like the cool walking stick thematic, like I travel the wilds with my walking stick. But yeah, them fighting with weaponry is not their forte for sure. Austin Huxworth.
Our curse grants us strength.
Didn't ask about your curse, dude. Got some good news and some very, very bad news. There's a member of the expedition trapped by Quillbore up ahead. We've got to rescue him. Forbidden Quillbore necromancy. They're a savage race of beasts. Their magics rarely rise beyond geomancy, but these particular Quillbore seem to be dabbling in necromancy. This must be stopped. Better not find Razorfen Downs. Jeez. Slay the Quillbore ahead. We cannot risk them raising an army of undead while we're rescuing the expedition. What part of Forbidden don't they understand? Even if you hated other people, you at least needed to play nice to play the whole game. Yeah, there's definitely advantage in cooperation, right? Give them corpses to raise. There you go. Why do you think Classic has been falling off in player base, or at least seems to be if you look at the popular WoW streams? Blizzard too slow to push in next phase. Because I had so many great memories from that in TBC. Yeah, Scott. It's that's the way it's always going to be, especially if all you look at is streams, because streamers digest content typically very, very quickly. There will almost never be enough content to satisfy streamers. The big streamers especially, who are getting assistance from everywhere. And so you could certainly say that Classic is going to ebb and flow based on that, but just the announcement of TBC, I think, caused a rush back to a lot of people going back and playing. So, I mean, the queues are 6 hours long on some servers. So, if you look beyond the streamer base, I think the classic servers are, still pretty flush, but it'll be off and on. It'll certainly be off and on. But yeah, the tone being set by streamers is a hard one to judge the health of the game based on. It's one way of evaluating the health of the game, but it's not the only way. I really, really like what Ian said about Titan Forging, Warforging, RNG loot systems. He admitted that they created those systems to solve a problem that they themselves had created. Players getting too much loot from everywhere. Okay, Eldorana, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm intrigued to watch the video and respond to it. Should be fun. I think they pushed classic phases too fast. Yeah, I'd agree with some of that. I think I'd agree, and I said so when they first announced the first update. I was worried that they were trying to keep pace with streamers, which they're never going to keep pace with, because they just consume content too fast. But there's a lot of people playing behind the streamer pace that want to experience the game that they couldn't experience back in the day. And if the content that comes out too fast and obsoletes some of the other content, it gets really difficult for people to go back and do those things when they get to it, because they could just go do the other thing that's more efficient, more effective. Like Dire Maul does a fair amount of damage to some of the other dungeons that had gear. So that's the concern. And from that perspective, I think, yeah, a lot of people may be missing that boat because they were too fast. If I merge OCE PvP under 60, I'm not sure what that means. 514. What's the situation for TBC? I can't give any insight. I know as much as you do. You're looking at a 1-year anniversary Nax. Yeah. Sitting in a queue for Deathwing for like an hour when the game was new. Yeah. The Savage Cove performing a necrotic ritual. Geolord Grickog. He's the one draining the life from our friend. Slay him. Savage Cove. Oh wait. Okay.
The past must not be repeated.
Wait. Did I get the other one too? Oh, I did. Okay. Oh, they're charging in. Ooh, he's a stealther. I'm gonna tag it. Right. They're not stealthers, they just left me. They left me alone. I forgot to refresh my pain. No. Let's get this going, shall we? Danger, Will Robinson. Found a challenge. Ooh, stitch cloth robe. question mark. I'll have to identify it. I'll identify it back in town. Oh, did I get them all? Lost 0, man. Almost drained me out. Your hit point is in half. A Quillbore, yeah, Quillbore making their return. Right click on your tough trigger to eat it and regain health. Ooh. That's tasty. Don't move while eating and your health will recover while you enjoy a nice meal. Delicious. Stitched robe, item level 2. Armor 1. Nicely stitched. Did a good job there. I don't know, it might get chilly in the wintertime. Ooh, frayed gloves. I know, I'm taking shots. Obviously not work in progress. He's fleeing! Oh my god, I don't want to kill him. I want to get one to flee and see if he brings friends. Careful. Run! Damn you. I told you to run. Is this a Shadowlands zone? It is. This is the new starting experience. He's running. Don't hit him. Go find friends. Do they bring back friends anymore? You ran the wrong way to find friends. He's gonna earth bolt me. Oh. I do it in my underwear. That's right. When did they Blizzard change casters don't go home anymore? I don't know exactly. They also don't get pushed back. So the power word shield is unnecessary. Let's take a look at this, because power shield is supposed to be the least efficient thing you can do in terms of healing. So 52 damage it protects. That's essentially 52 healing for 8 mana. What is that, about 7? 7 mana per 52 div 8 versus 35 for 9. So it's the most efficient. It's so much more efficient than healing. Why? Oh, because of the cooldown? Yeah, but... It's funny, like, why am I even talking about efficiency when, like, my bars never even come dangerously close to being low. Must be a problem with the spreadsheets. Yeah, should we check them? To the spreadsheets. I gotta kill this guy, huh? Oh, he's an ogre overseer. It's not even my dude. Oh, don't tell me where he is. Just tell me generally. Yeah, I think I'd prefer the back to the model with more exploration. I know we're a long way from that. Knocked me back. Oh, he's a gray. I like it. He had some hit points. Look at him. Sacrifice for ritual. A battered cloak. Gorgoth says you bossed a boar peoples around good. Got a cloak. Yeah. Swank. Alright, go back to our... He was as hard as a classic non-elite mob, yeah. These guys are all sleeping. These guys hostile? Will they actually injure me? Looks like they will. Yeah, this guy was... That guy was not quite as hard as a classic. Non-elite. You'll be our next sacrifice. I'm too brilliant to die. Run away! Oh, I should stay. Let's see what he can do to me. Give me the pain. Earth bolt. There we go. Upheaval. Badoom! 44. Let's get out of here. That guy was too brilliant to die. Cockroach. Hate cockroaches. Hate them. Ooh, a chest. Cool board treasures. I did want my chest after. Oh, that thing is just massive and disgusting. Why so choppy? Rotted Quillbore Fetish. Some would pay well to have this in their collection. Binds when picked up. Look, it's a chest, Dad.
Well, he was right. Now, where's the rest of the expedition?
Oh, I screwed it up. Somebody fix that. I have a chest over here. Notice me. Yeah, you're not going to keep your treasure secure with this kind of attitude. Putting it on everyone's mini map. So that thing is worth 3 gold. Whoa! That is big. Huge. Am I going to care about money in retail? In Shadowlands?
I can smell your fear.
Ooh, I'm glad I said fear. Good work. I hope the Quillbores see necromancy. I'll not afford them more power.
We are bound by a common enemy.
Hey!
Thanks for saving my life. They said this would be a run-of-the-mill, boring expedition. Definitely was not, and I couldn't be happier. Lindy Springstock wasn't up for it.
You have a great day now.
Having trouble with this dude. Are we lagging out here? Begin failed. Player beyond max level. Oh yeah, Discode. That was fun. Let's see if we can't get back in. A boring expedition. All right, let me end that particular video there on YouTube. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.